how to manifest things into your life, you first must understand that an idea is still a physical thing, for it can be measured, it can be weighed, the same way that a table or a desk or anything around you in your physical reality can be weighed. You understand that it is merely a process of taking what you would call unmanifested, an idea, and you're transmuting it down into a progression where it will become more dense and manifest. Many people know this as going from the crown chakra and bringing it down to your root chakra, to earth it, to ground it into your reality. And there's ways to take things from your reality and send them back where they came from originally. Now, many things that you bring down from the crown chakra, down your chakra system, will manifest into a situation or into a physical thing. And now you can take situations and physical things and send them back to the unmanifest where they originally came from. You're not going to go out there and all of a sudden just be making things disappear and sending them to alternate universes, because right now you're just not that powerful. But you can take things that occupy physicality as a vessel and send those entities or beings back to where they came from, back to perhaps their physical bodies, because they got to this physical world here by intercepting a manifestation process. See, when the two worlds of unmanifest and manifest collide, there is a place in the astral realm where you can be intercepted by an unphysical body, and by a non-physical body being in your manifestation, you can actually bring things into this dimension. And that's the idea of negative energy signatures, quote unquote negative, or demons, because when they come from their physical body in whatever dimension it may be, they intercept with the idea of what you're creating, and they ride the wave into physicality here. But there are things that you can do to get rid of them, and many people will know this as the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. But what people don't quite yet understand, and what I have been having shown to me by multiple people in the past year, is that there are much greater ways of banishing, and that the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram is called the lesser banishing ritual because it only banishes the lesser beings. So you have not banished everything using the lesser banishing ritual. When you look at the Kabbalah, you realize that it is a depiction of the planetary spheres which are in your alignment of the microcosmic universe that is within you. See, there is the outer universe and there is the inner universe, and the way that in the outer universe the planets affect what happens in the physical world, in your universe, in your microcosmic universe, you have planets, and you need to learn how to control them as your own God. And this is knowing thyself. This is learning how to manipulate your own reality, because there's your sphere of reality, and then there is the sphere of reality that is the collective consciousness. And a lot of people like to believe that when doing the Kundalini exercises, that when you bring it up, you're done. But the truth is that it goes up and down. It is a cycle. It repeats itself. There, you cannot have the one without the other. Otherwise, you will become completely imbalanced. So many people make it to the crown chakra or to the third eye, and that is their primary focus, when the actuality is that you cannot be the God of your own reality unless you have mastered all of your planetary alignments within the microcosmic universe that you are. So if you do not master all of your so-called chakras, then you will be off kilter, you will be out of balance. You cannot be in the crown chakra if you are not rooted, because nothing will come to manifest. And if you are not using the crown chakra and you are only rooted, then basically what's happening is other people are manifesting for you. And there are times where people, like I said, are not rooted, and they get up to the third eye or the crown chakra and they start to try to astrally project, and this is where there will be interference. This is where there will be interference with other entities and other things that will try to misguide you and will misrepresent where your path should be headed, and will actually make you 180 and turn back the way you came from, too afraid to actually carry on. So there is a reason why it's a process. There's a reason why you cannot just jump up and do everything all at once. So no one planetary sphere or no one chakra is more important than the other, because they all work in a team, in a sort of fashion that allows you to manifest things and banish things. When you deal with the lesser banishing pentagram, you're only dealing with a half a truth. That is why there's the reversed pentagram, the upside down pentagram, and there's the right side up pentagram. And when you can overlay the two, you will end up with a 10-pointed star. And I work with the 10-pointed star quite often when I'm banishing things, because it is every aspect of the planetary systems in alignment with you. It takes the 10 main spheres of the Kabbalah and it puts them into a star formation. The upward pentagram represents everything that is in your physical reality around you. This is the manifested pentagram. The downward pentagram is everything that is source energy. It is pointed downward to represent energy coming down through the crown and manifesting thereafter. So the downward pentagram is representative of everything that is unmanifested. It is the source energy, it is the primordial darkness. So when people deal with the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, what they're doing is using the upward pentagram to send things from the manifest back up to the unmanifest, and it really doesn't send them to any direct place. It just gets rid of them from your reality, and that's really all that you were trying to do anyways. But like I said, it is the lesser banishing pentagram. It only banishes those things that are small. It only banishes the lesser entities, the lesser beings, and the lesser parasites per se. So now when you overlay the two pentagrams, you're working with the full cycle. You're working with the upward flow from the manifest to the unmanifest, as well as you're working with the downward flow from the unmanifest to the manifest. So you need the whole circle, the same way that the serpent, the Kundalini energy, is a cycle where it can repeat itself. You need to have the full cycle going on, otherwise you will be unbalanced. And your magic or your energy work will not come out the way that you want it to come out. So now we have the 10-pointed star, which is the star that I use, and I have found that I get better results from using this than I have from using any of the other two pentagrams. But still, for a while, this was something that, though it was so much better, and I mean like drastically better, even though it was so much better than the original upward facing lesser banishing pentagram, I knew that it is still not complete. And that's when somebody had shown me Uncle Bearheart here on YouTube. And we all know that I say no one person should be your teacher, but everybody collectively and individually you can learn from. So this is another guy who I'm learning from right now, who has shown me a way to incorporate my 10-pointed star of manifestation into a way where I can infuse it with the Merkaba and I can integrate the two. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. What you're doing is taking this tree of life, or the Kabbalah, and you're integrating it and you're using it into a way where you can have the cycle of the upward, the manifest to the non-manifest, of the lesser banishing pentagram and the upside down pentagram that brings the source energy down to the manifest. You can use both of these in just like you would be using the 10-pointed star, but you take the 10-pointed star and you merge it with the Merkaba. That's when we get what Uncle Bearheart is currently coining and calling the interplanetary merger, or the planetary merger, I believe. And this is the integration of what I used as the 10-pointed star, which is every planetary alignment of the Kabbalah, or the tree of life, and it is infused with your Merkaba. You go up from the left side upward, then you come back down to the right side, then you go up toward this left side, then you go across to the right side, and back down to the lower left side. From the top right side, bring it down lower than these 2 points, bring it back up toward the left side, down again to this bottom right side, which will cross to the left side, and back up toward the right side. And counter circumscribe it. Counterclockwise circumscribe it. You spiral clockwise in order to bring from the manifested back up to the unmanifested. You spiral counterclockwise to bring the unmanifested to the manifested. When you look at the center of the galaxy, or the center of the universe, you can only perceive which way it spins from where you stand. If you are above that, it will look like it spins the other way. So everything is perception. Bring it from the idea of the symbol to the manifest, which is why you're going to counterclockwise circumscribe this planetary merger, which ultimately looks like this. This is no longer the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, or the lesser banishing pentagram. This is the banishing planetary merger. This will banish everything, all of the higher beings as well as the lesser beings. I'm always learning. I just need to pass this knowledge on and pass on the teachings, because we're in a time where it's vital that you do these things. It's vital that this information be out. There was a time where everybody had to be secretive about it in order to survive, but we're in a time and a space now where everybody needs to be doing what they can, and you need to get this information out there the best way possible.